Hello.
Hello, people. Amazing to be able to see you here all. So you already started the conversation, or are we waiting for the David? Yeah, David is here. Yeah, you have amazing headphones. Always want to have the pair of these, and they are good. Yeah, they are nice. So you recommend them?
Absolutely. They are not only fun, but also they work pretty well.
Nice. Yeah, but we waiting maybe for the best. He's here. Just I will add to the stage and. Yeah. So right now we will have the panel about the game, like the name Game Masters Insights, navigating the PC and console gaming market. Previous panel was about mobile, and now we will dive deep more about the PC and console. So guys, please introduce yourself as like the David will be the moderator of this panel. So please, I will not like bother you. So go on.
Oh no, absolutely no bothering. Thanks so much, Roman. I'm David Carrasco, CEO of Vermila Studios, Microsoft MVP, and I have over 20 years of experience in the gaming and technology industries. And I have the pleasure of moderating today's panel, Game Masters Insights, navigating the PC and console gaming market. There's a lot of mobile and online gaming panels and sessions. And this one is more focused on the PC and console markets, which are also very important for the industry. And I'm surrounded with great professionals. Today we are counting with Jan Halwe, head of publisher relations at Global Top Round. Hi, Jan.
Hey everyone.
Also,
And
Amanpreet Bajwa, senior environment artist.
Hello, everyone.
And finally, Parth Chadha, co-founder and CEO of Stan.
Hey guys, hey everyone.
So if you want to, Jan, introduce yourself and give us a little glimpse of your background.
absolutely, thank you very much. So yeah, I'm the head of publisher relations at GTR, as David mentioned. So GTR stands for Global Top Round, and I used to be on the publishing side before for roughly 7 years before I joined GTR in 2022. And here I'm mostly working with development studios that need investment slash a publisher because Global Top Round itself is sort of a funky hybrid between like an investor, an advisor, and an agency. And so we've done over 70 investments since our founding in 2014. And we also in total raised more than $30 million dollars for our studios in like project funding, equity, and much more. And yeah, apparently I'm a game master. So hello, everyone.
That's amazing. I think that that side of the game, let's call it that side of the industry, investing, publishing, supporting other studios is key to foster new games, new studios off the hook, off the ground, and getting lots of really good stuff in the eyes and the hands of avid gamers worldwide. Also, Amanpreet, tell us about your company, which is I believe is a little different than some other studios out there.
Hello. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm Amanpreet Bajwa. I'm working in game industry from past 8 years, mostly environments and level creation. And before that, I worked as a 3D teacher and architecture and bunch of stuff before I figuring out I wanted to be in the games. And amid of about my company, like after all the layoffs and everything, I decided like, okay, let's try this out. So I thought of starting this small outsourcing studio called Future Past Creatives. uh, as we know the industry, and it was like lack of things and lack of project we were getting, so I decided to go in teaching. So when I was teaching, I got a good response. So many people wanted my support, so I started mentorship and teaching. And from there I got idea, and I clubbed bunch of my mentees together, and I said let's make a small indie game ourselves, and let's publish it and let's see how it goes. So right now I'm in uh, journey of figuring out multiple things, and it's going really good. I have a bunch of mentees which love to learn and have that mentorship and guidance. Plus, we are working on a project, and I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, so in and mostly is without any funding or any money, because we all volunteering. I'm volunteering my time to guide them, and they are volunteering their time to work on the project. So it's working out for everyone. So it's like I'm finding a way to give back to the community any way possible. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
That's so great, Amanpreet. I think a lot of people listening to us will somehow be connected with your point of view, with your experience, where they've had the urge of joining the video game creation community, but not having a group or not having a lot of talent surrounding them. So they wanted to provide that support to the community as you did, and also creating their own one-person, two-person, three-person studio that are very predominant nowadays. Thanks so much. And Parth, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I mean, I might be in the wrong panel. I don't know why, but I got little knowledge about PC and console. But I come from the mobile world more majorly. I've like spent like 6 7 years in the gaming industry. Started as a builder. Started building hyper casual games, and then like these games could be like the likes of Flappy Bird and Ludo, Carom, which are very popular in India market. And then this is my second venture as an entrepreneur. So I'm building Stan right now. Really excited about building it because I've seen how the Indian market is. India's got like 500 million gamers, and these would be playing like different genres. And Stan is kind of looking at solving what Discord kind of is not doing. There's a lot of community play in gaming, be it both mobile and PC. So on Stan, we are like a community platform where gamers come and chat with each other, play with each other. They launch like custom game rooms, and the creator, or like the community owners, can monetize as well through different kind of features on the app, and you can discover more communities on the platform. And we are like proudly like trending on number 4 on the Android Play Store from almost like for 4 months now, and we have 5 million gamers on the Stand platform. It's been like almost 2 years of operation right now, and we are on the lookout for growing to the next 10 million gamers in the next 1 year. So that's where I have spent like my major time. I worked with a lot of content creators, KOLs, YouTubers in the category, and India market is something which I'm really spend good enough time in.
Thanks so much, Parth. I believe having that kind of platform and that kind of reach is key, because a lot of people that are playing casual or super casual games will also play the PC side, the console side, and having in that community, being able to communicate and having those connections with their peers will be a booster, not only for knowing new games, but also creating more expectation, more interest in the industry. I would like to start asking you guys about the fact that creating, publishing, and publicizing PC and console games has always been somewhat challenging, and so much more lately with a flooded marketplace and more players in the sector. How have you guys been able to adapt to the new environment and these new situations? Jan?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, as an investor slash advisor, we are on kind of neither side of the spectrum. So we're not actually creating games or publishing games. But of course, we try to empower our studios to make the most out of their release as possible. And that usually means that we still try to find a good, dedicated publishing partner for them, because we still believe that these developer publisher relationships, they can bring up something that is very strong. And it's not as easy as like, okay, we'll just slap on like a marketing budget onto the production budget, and then you're going to self-publish it. That is usually not how it works, unless you're getting lucky with like content creators and so on. So that means that we continuously keep in touch with all the existing players of the ecosystem. So with publishers, with other investors, with the platform holders, also with agencies, to make sure that we know what is kind of hot right now, what is still trending, what people are looking for, how we can support our studios, who are the best partners. And on the other hand, we also try to feedback their new projects very early on internally. And sometimes we also grab a couple of industry friends from the publishers and other investors, and we also bring them into the mix. Plus, our ecosystem also entertains a playtesting platform for private and public playtesting. So we can actually get gamers onto these games fairly early on, and we can validate that there is actually a market fit on top of the own market research that we're doing. So there's a lot of due diligence that we're putting even before we partner up with the studio. And we hope that this also benefits the studio. But in case there is no publisher that is kind of suitable, we had a couple of cases here and there because there's obviously more games that need publishing and funding than there are publishers and available capital in the market at the moment. Then we also try to make the best and see like, okay, the studio, it needs to get on the map. It needs to have like a notch in the belt when it comes to like having a release. Because nowadays asking for funding without having like a release within your studio to back that up can be fairly difficult. And so we try to find like, okay, what is the best solution here? But yeah, honestly speaking, it's been very tough last year. And even with like top-notch publishers, it's not a guarantee that there will be commercial success, even though the Steam ratings might be fairly high.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jan. I agree. The market and the publishers have had a tough last year, and I think it's showing. How do you guys think the premium market, and with premium I mean especially PC and console, so we do have some mobile games that can be considered premium. How do you think it has reacted, and how do you notice differences with previous years, based on budgets, on the player base situation, the status of development, and things like that?
I believe Parth will be best to answer this.
We can hear you, Parth.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. I'm saying I can maybe share some light on how India is looking at it, right? We've seen like Valorant has come out to be pretty exciting. How they have shaped up the community in India, and even with our platform, we have good amount of player base, who loves to play PC games and these premium games, right? But from a developer perspective, it's a really tough stage because we keep on seeing that there's more and more mobile penetration. People keep falling back to the mobile games. I think I can give you an example that India had phases where PUBG Mobile was, kept on getting banned and unbanned, right? A lot of players shifted from PUBG Mobile to Valorant, the space where the game did not exist, right? So, and a lot of these guys started seeing that there was some more dollars, coming into the system. We started seeing that PC is picking up, and then suddenly, like a lot of brands started promoting, and a lot of creators started getting created in the PC space, right? But suddenly, when the mobile game was back, the BGMI PUBG Mobile was back. People started coming back to it, right? They start playing Valorant. I think that's the sad part in my geography in India. What we see, because people are building stuff for masses, right? If you're not doing that, you kind of hampering your business. So I think it's a tough market to operate, but we do see a lot of talent in India as well, kind of building it for the global markets, right? I have a bunch of friends who are building, console games, PC games, which are really cool, really fun to play. And obviously, their first approach is that, hey, I'm not building for India. I'm going to go global, because they know that their market is not, India, right? But yes, when you're going to the global stage, you're competing with, the best of the best, right? And a lot of Web3 games have started a PC journey. I've seen people taking blockchain as an exciting, enabler to kind of, be ahead in the game, and using NFTs, which are very cool to sort of get the user acquisitions done. So I think these are certain insights which I have seen in the recent past coming out. But yeah, to look at publisher standpoint, I think people are really excited to get more fresh content into the market. I think that is something which we do see in India as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's an acceleration on how much content is being pushed, and how people really are more excited. There's more professionals and more knowledge base in the creators side, for sure. Have you noticed, guys, any change in the budgets when thinking about developing or publishing games?
Jan, you will be the best to answer this.
Thanks, Amanpreet. I mean, when I look at the publishers, I definitely see a decrease in budgets for a lot of publishers, mostly because they probably had a couple of game releases that weren't like commercially successful, and I think also developers are nowadays very conscious about their budget, sometimes a little bit overly conscious and trying to fit in like certain drawers, which necessarily isn't great. And sometimes you see like a developer in their pitch deck, they have like 3 to 4 different budget options, which is kind of confusing and not really like what is the thing that you want to develop, and how does it make sense. Obviously you should do some market research and make sure that you're not in a market segment where there's like low price titles, like for example the Vampire Survivor likes. Most of these types of games, they tend to be very cheap in terms of the retail price. And so if you would come around and pitch me like a $2 million Vampire Survivors game, I would be, is this really a market fit? And then there's also like a lot of new publishers actually popping up, which don't necessarily have any capital whatsoever to do any project funding. But there's also new publishers that actually work directly together with investors, such as like Bitcraft, Sisu, the Games Fund, Games Here, and lots of others, that then come in kind of like a project financing capacity. And this is also something that can obviously be combined, that in case you have an interested publisher and they are really dedicated but they lack the budget, that you can try to find this elsewhere and then still partner up with a publisher. And then obviously the terms will also change a little bit. I think there are very good examples, like Hooded Horse. I think they are doing an amazing job, and they even attach themselves to games post launch, and they still can make a difference. And I would say, after speaking to a lot of investors, if you're in the indie space, I think there is now a kind of new sweet spot. Obviously, everybody tries to get like a huge multiple on things, meaning that for indie titles, I think a lot of people are now looking more between like 250K to 500K. I think this is something where, at least on the publisher and investor side, everybody can calculate a certain return on investment, and that's very straightforward. Whereas, I mean, there's still like the big AA and AAA budgets and studios, which are obviously still valid. And I feel like, especially nowadays, like if you're super successful, like for example, Baldur's Gate 3 or a Pal World, like you're gonna hit like a huge multiple, no matter the development budget. And I can't wait to see like what a game like GTA 6 will be doing once it's out, for example.
Fantastic. And Amanpreet, as a developer yourself, and also artist and designer, what trends or what technologies and trends and changes in how to approach development have appeared lately, or how are you focusing on those new challenges that are existing right now?
Yeah. So I would love to give a little bit background how I reach here, right? As Jan is on the right category, which I never thought about before getting into games. Before that, I was like artist, right? And I've always thought of making this prop which will sit in the game. And to now where I want to make a full game, right? And the area Jan is right now dealing with, that area I still don't think about that much, but I it hit me hard very late, like this is what you have to think a lot before even starting a game, right? But I'm taking a different approach still, right? I'm still thinking as an artist on this thing. So I divided it into a multiple levels. I try to explain it to all my mentee or all the trainee who try to join me, that like this is, we still take it to the art, because we will be artists and they will be artists in the game industry, right? So we will build this product as artists. Okay, it doesn't matter if we are able to build a game, wonderful. Otherwise we'll show it as a simple cinematic trailer of the game. And if we are not able to make the trailer, we'll publish it as in the portfolio, those assets. Okay, we try to monetize those assets if we need to. Okay, so that's the like level of stages I will go into in there. And I'm trying to juggle between in the studio, in the job. In the past 2 years I wanted to do this, and now I'm full-fledged into this. I was like, I love teaching, and this is I'm working on the games while teaching. Is wonderful. And the trends, the basic thing is how I treat this studio as myself, like how I grew as an artist in 8 years. I published my portfolio, I built projects, I showcased to the world, I marketed myself. I'm doing the same thing with the studio. I don't know if it will be the same, even if it will be hit like the amount of love I got from the community. I don't know if my studio will also get that love, but the amount of love I'm receiving back is enough for me to keep going forward. Right? And I saw post COVID, what I felt is pre COVID, there were so many fascinating artists who wanted to join this venture. But post COVID, many of people hit the financial thing. Okay, so people are hesitant to do the volunteer thing, and especially in India, because I wanted to do it for India because there's a huge market right coming. So I wanted artists to be prepared. So I wanted to train as many people to be ready for the market. So when the this industry boom, we have enough people to work on the games, right? And that's what my ambition. But now there are less and less people are opting for volunteer work. Like even though there are like more for them from my side, like giving skills and everything, but still less people. That's what I felt is happening on the trend side. That people are looking for more financially stable jobs now, and you see all the recent layoffs made it worst. Now people don't even want to. And I try to reach out to some of I also been through that layoffs, but I look at the bright side again. As I saw in the COVID, we got remote work, right? So now I get opportunities to work remotely also, at least, right? So that I still look at the bright side. Like now we are having more studios. Like that's what motivated me to start a studio. So I believe more and more studios will pop up. Okay, and I'm just acting as a guidance, so they can start. So if art side don't work, I will guide people how to start a studio. So yeah, so I will keep giving back to the community as much as I can.
Fantastic. And I see Roman is here. Not sure if we have time for a last question or if we have to keep going.
Yeah, if it will be possible, if you can go like in 2 minutes, it will be amazing. Yeah, sorry for disturbing.
Okay, let's do a super quick two-minute question. Maybe for you guys, one each. What are your recommendations for any new studios that would like to create and release a game for PC and console?
I guess I can quickly start. So, I mean, I would say usually start small. So don't be over ambitious, let's say, unless you're really bringing like a band back together from like XAA, AAA, and so on and so forth. And if you don't have that background, you want to build some credit. which smaller titles are usually always good for, and be super early in the conversations with potential partners, like show them what you're working on so that they can understand the progress that you're making as much as possible. And also when it comes to building your community, be out there, be as early as possible. Make sure you collect those wish lists and other metrics on the platforms, which can also be a good selling point for your project and your studio. And yeah, just build something that you're passionate about, that is fun, and that obviously also works in a commercial way somehow, to keep it short.
Fantastic, Jan. Any ideas from you, Amanpreet?
Yep, it's exactly what I will say. I'll just add up, like think it as a business, right? Like in business, there's like minimum viable product, right? So you create very small product which you can showcase to the world and say what interesting thing you are bringing and what you are offering to the world. I think that much is enough to get started. And again, yeah, keep it small, keep it contact, and don't be over ambitious before you have this minimum viable game, basically.
Fantastic, Jan and Amanpreet. Thank you so much for your time, your answers, and all the experience and all your fantastic points of views that you've brought with you. Also, I would also like to thank Parth, who I think had a connection issue and couldn't be here until the end. So I'll pass my word to Roman, who is here waiting with a baseball bat. So I stop talking.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jan, David, Amparteus. I have no bets, only lights. So the green lights for every good ideas which you have. I can switch these lights to the green, so they, you have the green lights, and let's go to the future with like ideas which can be